Gospel of September the 22nd, 2016. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. Herod the Tetrarch heard about all that was happening, and he was greatly perplexed, because some were saying, John has been raised from the dead. Others were saying, Elijah has appeared. Still others, one of the ancient prophets has arisen. But Herod said, John I beheaded. Who then is this about whom I hear such things? And he kept trying to see him. Gospel of the Lord, praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Let us take a peek from the book of Ecclesiastes. Vanity of vanities, all things are vanity. What profit has man from all the labor which he toils at under the sun? All rivers go to the sea, yet never does the sea become full. To the place where they go, the rivers keep on going. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear satisfied with hearing. Nothing is new under the sun. All right. We see exactly what is being foretold in the first reading, vanity of vanities. Man, by himself, man and women, by himself, humanity, by ourselves alone become futile. We become lost in this labyrinth of formal thought, especially if we dare to deny God. Then we become by ourselves. We become lost in incomprehension, lost in senseless living. Then nothing makes sense when we try to live by ourselves. It is true that we keep on thinking and thinking, that we see the world spinning round and round. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, and the ear not satisfied with hearing. We want to hear more, we want to see more, but it's more of the same. There is nothing new. And it is exactly what is happening to King Herod. He was hearing about the Lord Jesus, about his miracles, and he was perplexed. In this Gospel, according to Luke, the writer says, referring to Herod, John I beheaded. So he was sure that John was well dead. There was not even in his heart the least doubt that God could have revived him, for he did not trust God. He did not believe that God had any power. So that rendered him, the King Herod, very low, incapable to reach to the heights of God, incapable of understanding who this Jesus was. He was certain, John I beheaded. So he didn't believe that Elijah or any other prophet would have arisen. He believed in the power of the sword, and that's all. He believed in the power of the king, but he did not believe in the power of God. And that is why he asked himself, who is this about whom I hear such things? And he was just curious. He wanted to see the Lord, wasting his life, living his life without regard to God, doing whatever he pleased. And of course he was having the wife of his own brother Philip as his own wife to start with. But not only that, he was the one, I would even dare say, that if he wasn't the brain, at least he was complacent with the plot to kill that just man, John the Baptist. He was a killer, this Herod man. Certainly a killer, but unable to see God, even when he had him there. How many of us would have loved for the chance for one day, just one day, to go and pick at the crowd and the master. Just imagine that. And hear, for example, the discourse on the mountain, see him in the temple, speak or heal the son of the widow of Naim, and so on and so on. We would just be perplexed. And I would love to be there with my faith, not without it. And Herod was in the time who could have easily begun to meet him, could not see him, could not understand who he was. He was separated, he was divided. He was not humble enough to look for the truth. Today, God points this to us so that we might know, that we might acknowledge that we might turn and look for the face of God and forget, in as much as we can, this world. Not to be enwrapped, not to be engulfed by this world, but rather to seek God always. For in Him is our life, in Him is our love, in Him is our true joy. Dear brothers, unfortunately most of us in the world will not be able to see that. But we who have been granted faith are to intercede for all our brothers. Let us humbly pray for our Father, that we may all strive to become just as He wants us to become, to look for His face, to forget about this world. And to all our brothers living in the world and in the age, may God grant them to conversion. Until we meet in heaven, God bless you all, brothers.